Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Vintage Geek Extra play-along here. It's your buddy Stars coming to you here on a Tuesday afternoon, as usual. And we're going to play a little bit more of Donkey Kong Country 2. Had a catastrophic failure a moment ago where I loaded this up and started to stream. Or to record, I guess, and found out that now I can't get them because I was dumb. Found out that I had failed to actually save the game last time that we played. So I had to do. Oh, why did I do that? I had to do a little bit of a speed run through Worlds 1 and 2. Fortunately, those are the two that I played the most by quite a bit, so didn't take too terribly long. But here we are now, and everything is moving along smoothly so far. We're here in Crim Quay, which I think quay is maybe a mostly British term for swamp. Or one of those things like those hyper-specific words for the hyper-specific words they use for different types of geography, such as the heaths. The heaths of England. But I should look that up. I would like to know that information for sure. These levels, there are some really good ones in this world, and there are some really dull ones. And the music, while I do think it's better than I used to, I do like it more than I used to, reminds me a lot of, like, the music is so subtle that it mostly feels like ambient sound effects. I knew that was going to happen. I was trying to get it turned into the middle there. Oh, well. One of these, so I do remember playing this game. I don't think it was a strategy guide, but I did have a, it's not going to reload that guy. In the early days of FAQs, I actually found an FAQ for this game. Might have been, well, this is around the time that they sold, or that they turned the Andy Eddy FAQ repository into game FAQs. Sorry, getting distracted worse than usual today. That's anybody who has watched any of these other streams know that there's about a I don't know, 50-50 chance of oh, what am I even trying to do here? What do I need that cannonball for? I can't take it through the barrels. Anyway, yeah, first time I played this game, on an emulator, which probably would have been around 1997, now that I think about it. So that's probably closer to the time there. Had an FAQ for this game, and I remember that one of these enemies, which I believe are called cloaks, actually eventually will throw you a DK coin, like that one that we saw a minute ago that threw the cannonball, and I could not remember where the cannon was. So I think it maybe even not even be used as a cannon thing. It's like, nah, jerk. There's so I'm using an 8-bit Do M30, which is a duplicate of the Saturn controller, which I think is one of the most comfortable controllers ever made. And pretty much a necessity for fighting games. For whatever reason, I cannot deal with like bumpers or L and R buttons as can you get those bananas? I can't deal with L and R buttons when I'm playing fighting games. It makes it feel nearly impossible for me to hit them at the rate that I need to. And that's, of course, compounded by the fact that it has, like, fighting games tend to put the strongest attacks on the L and R buttons. And as somebody who is self-taught with fighting games, I'm decent at them. I think in terms of like reflexes and kind of generally knowing a couple of games well enough to win some matches. And I actually won a tournament once. I very much do not care like at all about competing or the thrill of competing or any of that kind of stuff. I've never been a big fan. But there was a Street Fighter tournament that was giving away a Street Fighter 4 arcade machine, which I would have loved to have gotten. And I actually won that tournament locally, and then got knocked out by one of those guys that just uses Ken and just throws fireballs until you're stuck having to get close to him. Which is a bummer. There was another guy there with a Zangief that almost certainly would have taken me out, but it would have felt a lot better because he was actually legitimately good at fighting games as opposed to this other guy that was just kind of cheesing it. And of course, my idiot ass fell for it, so did not win that Street Fighter 4 machine. Anyway, the original point, this is way off topic now, but the original point that I was trying to make about this controller is, for some reason, if I haven't pressed a button in a little bit, as often will happen, like in situations at the end of that previous level where I was trying to time a shot out of that barrel so that I could get a 1-up. And there are times that this controller, and I don't know, it may be an issue with my Bluetooth as well, because I'm just using like a USB Bluetooth adapter, and you know, those things are not necessarily super reliable. A problem that is compounded by the fact that you know, there's a lot of interference in here. There are a lot of metal walls and like cinder block walls and stuff like that. So it can kind of lose connection or something, but it's like it's so brief, and it's usually it requires it's like I'm pressing a button to wake the controller up and then pressing another button to actually do the function that the first button press was intended to do. Whoops. So this is one of the levels that's introducing Glimmer, who is not a 70s, you know, disco superstar. Androgynous disco superstar from the 70s. Instead, Glimmer is an anglerfish, which typically I don't think make it up this far. They're usually like a deep sea fish, I think. But he's here to give you light so that you can get through these this old galleon that's apparently crashed, I guess is what's happening here. With a pile of boxes on it. As well as also to give people seizures. Excuse me, I think that was the original intention behind Glimmer here, because if you move too quickly, they had that fancy camera trick to make it feel more realistic, and it ends up being just totally blinding in certain situations. Particularly if you suffer from epilepsy or, you know, have any issues with flashing lights. I think for that reason, I'm probably going to put an epilepsy warning at the beginning of this. Which means I'll have to figure out how to make an epilepsy warning and where to put it in the video. Diddy here. Doing his little raps. I was about to translate it, but then I realized that what I was going to translate it into was so profane that I think it probably would have exceeded our preferences for our audiences, because I do want kids to be able to watch these videos. Kids, honestly, I think kids are more interested in retro games than adults are. I have known so many kids who have picked up games like, yeah, how's that fancy footwork? See if we can get around these bees. No, we can't. We both die from bees. The natural enemy of the chimp. I do want these videos to be accessible to kids. As I said, kids seems to be old video games, and I'd say part of it is probably due to oh, just barely made it. I'd say part of that is due to like speed runs and like the popularity of that, and oh, man, I messed that up. I don't even really need that banana coin. Although I guess maybe if I'd put more attention into collecting banana coins, maybe I would have saved the game last time, and we would have continued directly from the previous game. Saved myself about 30 minutes. Yeah, I've noticed that kids tend to be more interested in playing older games than adults do. Weirdly. That seems to be a generational problem. I know that when I was a kid, and I think I've mentioned this on a stream before, but when I was a kid, I had, I mean, among other, there are other indications of this too. So my two main consoles growing up were the NES and the Super NES. I am part of that like tweener generation there. There we go. Finally. All right. Now we can get a move on. I'm part of that like tweener generation where, you know, I'm not quite like Gen Z. I'm sorry, Gen X. Where I might have like grown up with the early days of the NES. But my parents were. My parents actually allegedly bought me an NES when I was born, when in reality they just wanted to play Mario. So they can be blamed for getting me started there. But you know, I didn't know what Atari was until I was in my, I don't know, I was like 8 or 9, something like that. Didn't know what all that stuff was. Thought the NES was the first game console. Which is probably not. I probably should have been able to surmise that it didn't just start with that, but whatever. Yeah, get that one up. Oh, and we killed him too. Can't remember what that guy's name is. But yeah, so I am a part of that like elder millennial generation where I'm like kind of in between the kids that grew up with the Super NES or the PlayStation as their first console. My wife actually is 2 years younger than me, and that was enough for her to grow up with the PlayStation as her first main console, as opposed to me. Granted, I also started playing video games a lot earlier than she did. She was like 8, and I started when I was 2. Whoa. Really, really wish that... There we go. Okay. I need to be Dixie. Come on. One of the annoying things about this game is you have to be in a certain position for the swap to work. Like that. If you're not in the right position, sometimes it just doesn't work. And the game gives you, like, no recourse. Anyway. So yeah, I grew up in that, that weird in-between kind of generation. You know what? I don't even remember what my original point was. My brain is just melted lately. I don't know what the deal is. I've been dealing with, like, some migraine issues and problems with, just skip over that entire segment of the level. I think this is where we died. There we go. Yeah, baby. Dixie is where it's at. Just like in the first game where Diddy was by far the best character and Donkey Kong was kind of just a backup, or for the swimming. But yeah, I've been dealing with like weird migraine issues lately, and I think it's kind of occluding my thinking at times, which is a frustrating part of getting older, is that just about anything that you try to do or any kind of physical issue that you have can also hurt your brain, as opposed to, you know, when you're in your early 20s and you're too stupid to notice when your brain is being affected. Well, I guess we go up here. Really, really good pirate music. This is, like, weirdly one of the best, like, pirate sea shanty games ever made. It's, like, right up there with, oh, that's the same one we just did. I thought it was a different one. Well, I still want that banana coin. Pick up them banana pennies. Stop shooting me up there. Okay. Now let's actually move to the real level. Well, it's got those, like, sleazy saxophone slide-ins. Or I guess that's not a saxophone, that's something else. But it reminds me a lot of those, like, the, like, really sleazy, hot jazz music that you would hear in, like, strip scenes, strip club scenes in, like, movies from the 40s. This is, like, weirdly horny music. One of my favorite things about this game is that little sound that they make when they die, and the fact that even the teeny tiny little, it's weird there were monkey noises coming from that, barrel, considering that all it had was an additional snake soul in it. Yeah, I have always, of course, continued to play video games even when my brain is melted, which I think is probably a common thing. I think a lot of people can play video games without their brains. Certainly many examples of that. The first thing that comes to mind to me, of course, is Call of Duty, which sounds like it's a diss just because Call of Duty is, you know, huge, but really it's that something about the, like, military future tech stuff tends to just attract the dumbest people alive. Like the people that think that they could do half of that stuff because they're really good at Call of Duty multiplayer or whatever. Oh man, that would have been so cool if I'd survived that. Oh well. The game does not want me to have more than 50 lives. I've surmised this because every time I've gotten even close to that number, it's gone back down eventually. Or quickly, rather, not even eventually. Those drums are crazy, too. There we go. Got that in. Now we can spell anything that we want. We got K-O-N. We can talk about Kon-Tiki, Thor Heyerdahl's raft. Heyerdahl? I don't know. Norwegian guy. Big explorer. Not so sure about this ocean. I don't... The ocean and the sky, it makes it look like... It's like an alternate ending for Ghostbusters where Slimer took over the entire Earth. It's like I'm backstage at the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. Just a sea of green slime behind me. There we go. Get that G. It's the peril of jumping too far in this game is that very often there's not going to be a platform to catch you. Which is truly unfortunate. So I've been thinking about things to do with this channel. You know, right now our main channel is still on hiatus until we can get some stuff finished in the museum. It has taken a little bit, but it's a big project, and we're really, really excited about it. We actually got some of the stuff that we're going to be constructing desks and partitions and displays and stuff out of. So now we're really cooking on getting the actual museum set up. That was our biggest delay there. So now that we have that done, we'll eventually be coming back to the YouTube channel. But I also want this channel to be a cool thing of its own that people can enjoy. Being able to complete a sentence would probably help with that. If I could complete a sentence without going completely off tangent. Or off topic, rather, not off tangent. I guess it could be off tangent because very often whatever I'm talking about is a tangent from another tangent from the original topic that I've completely forgotten to finish talking about. I've really got to work on that. But yeah, the heart and soul of this channel is going to be just me playing games. But we're going to do some other cool stuff too. I'm a big fan of like spooky stuff, so we're thinking about doing a video with oh my god, with our owner and main channel host Aaron, doing a video about some of the weirdest what's the term? Broadcast intrusions, I guess, or just like kind of radio broadcasts in general. Aaron is a radio tech who, a radio engineer rather, who has a ton of experience and knowledge of the history of radio. So we're going to talk to him about some of those weird broadcasts that have been around. What is it, like 96.3 or something in Portland. Where it was like broadcasting weird like number station stuff for a while and nobody could figure out why or who was doing it. Although I think that one's been since solved, but we'll talk about it. I'm actually almost done with the second tier of our retro computing iceberg, which I think is going to be just the beginning of these. I really enjoy doing them, not only because they're fun and pretty simple and systematic to make, but also because in the process of doing them, I tend to learn a ton of new stuff that I didn't know about old computers and video game consoles and that kind of stuff. So I think we'll probably break into some of those once we finish the original retro computing iceberg. I'm thinking that we'll probably move on to like a I don't know, maybe a Commodore one, since Commodore's sort of in the news at the moment. Definitely some on pre-microcomputers. The retro computing iceberg is mostly about micros, so we'll talk about some of the big iron machines. That is pretty far outside of my realm of knowledge personally. Just because, you know, they're industrial computers. It's a much different set of history, even though it's like... Why did I do that again? I need to just forget about that banana coin. At 38, which is enough to get through, like, the rest of the game. Anyway. Yeah, all those, the old IBMs and the Berry Rand and all that kind of stuff. It's a little abstract to me because there's no, like, customer end to them, I guess is how I would say that. It's like, you know, because I'm not a major hardware person or a, not a major hardware person, not a, oh, that wasn't good. Or a, like, math guy, or anything like that. I'm very much a humanities person. So for me... Oh, I hate that fish. So for me, stuff like, that was just, you know, a refrigerator-sized metal box that was made to... calculate rocket trajectories or whatever have never been that interesting to me, but I know that there are a lot of people that that do find them interesting, and that is my hope, is that we can maybe bring some people in, some of our friends that have more knowledge of that stuff than I do, can maybe walk us through what makes them interesting. And, of course, you know, like I said, the heart is always going to be like these play-alongs. At least that's the plan now. But I also think that we will probably expand it as well, so that it's not just, you know, not just me playing video games. I mean, we will turn these into, like, actual streams, proper streams. Damn. There we go. Okay. Get that invincibility. There's my Diddy. That was my favorite sitcom in the 80s. There's my Diddy. But yeah, and of course, anybody that's watching this, if you have any ideas for stuff that you'd like to see, definitely let us know. I'm very much a, I can come up with ideas on my own type of person, but at the end of the day, these videos are made for you guys. So if there's anything that interests you, definitely ask us about it. We'd be happy to put something together. Uh-oh. The water is 10 feet high and rising. How high is the water, Mama? 10 feet high and rising. Get out of here. Pick up them bananas. Definitely planning on doing like some actual streaming as well. We may start streaming the production of these, but they will probably always be self-contained little playthroughs of individual games. Oh, that was close. Ship's got a real bee problem, if you know what I mean. I'm saying that there are hundreds of giant bees on this ship. Yeah, son. Yeah, get to that cannon. Oh, boy. Here we go. We're gonna make it. Yes. There we go. 21 of them coins. Forget exactly how many you need, but those are important. The Kremling coins, because they are how you get into the Lost World, I think is what they called it, which seems a bit on the nose, especially considering this is like as the Lost World Jurassic Park was being made. Always hated that title. It should be Jurassic Park, The Lost World, rather. He jumps very high. What is the name of the level? With the anglerfish who helps you with his underwater light. Glimmer's Galleon, I think. Glimmer's Galleon, yeah. What is the name of the big muscle-bound crocodile who guards the toll bridge? Why, that's Clubba. Weird how much of this stuff I can remember, and I don't know why. You start the game with 3 lives. Oh. I was mistaken. I was going to say we start the game with 3 lives because this is a video game, and in video games you start with 3 lives. But apparently that is not the case here. So, and you press to team up. Oh. Oh, that was stupid. Why did I say X? That's what I get for using this Saturn controller to play a Super Nintendo game. That's Ramby. I do like the name Rambus, though. This is Crim Quay. What is your parrot buddy's name? It is Squax. How many airplanes hang from the roof in Kong College? Well, we haven't been there. So let's say 2. All right. Got them live. Oh, Bramble Blast. It's our first Bramble level. The place for god-tier music and incredibly difficult platforming. Although I think this one was significantly easier than the rest. Oh man, I bet there was a bunch of bonus stuff over there. Got an O. Don't know what we're gonna do with that. You see, I'm having to press the button twice, and that is killing me with these barrels. Potentially literally soon enough. Okay, yeah, that's driving me crazy. We're gonna have to switch to a wired controller at some point. Cause that ain't it, fam. That ain't it, fam. No, 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 that ain't it, fam. Where am I going? Completely lost track of what I'm supposed to be doing here. Oh, this music is so good. I need to go... Ah! Did it again! There we go. Okay. Well, that got us a bonus at the very least. They really should make like a motherboard that has Bluetooth built in. That's got to be a thing, right? And I've just somehow never gotten one. I know there are motherboards with built-in Wi-Fi. Should pay more attention to that next time I buy a motherboard. I don't think we're going to get through this. I think we're going to be stuck here. I did it again. This button is driving me insane. Yeah, we're not going to make that. That's fine. That's fine. So we can go right back in there. See if I can remember anything of where I'm going here. Is it at the top? No, of course it's not. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Give me that pirate alligator coin. Spend that at the pirate alligator store. All right. Now, let's see if we can figure out where we actually need to go for this level. Hey. There we go. So you wouldn't believe it from watching me play. I bet you can... I'm willing to bet that my microphone is picking up some of these button presses. So you can hear me pressing the button and not being launched out of the barrel. That's like 3 times in a row it just did it. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what that is. If that's like my Bluetooth adapter not pulling for button presses or I don't know. But can't keep living like that. That ain't no kind of living at all. Oh, this is gonna take a bit to get the timing right. There we go. Oh. Yeah, I love that those little guys make the sound. Scoff at that. If we ever play the first game, there is no question that I'm going to have a wired controller, because this is... I'm so good at those barrels in like the snow stages, and I enjoy showing that off. Yeah. Smooth. Shoot right into the barrel that I don't need. The one that I know that I don't need. Here, I guess? As usual, that is not the place to go. Though that does show us where the DK coin is. DK coin's not as important as the Crim coins. If only because the Crim coins actually unlock extra levels, while the DK coins, I believe, just count for your score at the end of the game. Now, if we were doing 100% completion, that'd be a different story. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. Don't even mind that I don't get to listen to Dixie play the guitar. Let's enter Cudgel's contests here. Oop. Can't let that happen again. Nice of him to summon TNT barrels to kill him with. It's pretty kind. Usually you don't see that from adversaries. Knew that was gonna happen. Yeah, son. That lasts so long. And I'm not Dixie anymore, so just need to pay attention here. Go into NPR mode. I leave long periods of silence and continue fighting this alligator, just like Terry Gross famously fought lots of alligators and interviewed celebrities. I guess they're crocodiles. I guess they're not alligators, because... If only because they use the term croc a lot. Man, this is taking forever. Uh-oh. Actually, that kind of makes it easier, because now I can at least visually see where he's going and where he's going to be. Yeah, I did that one with a little bit of style. Professional moves. Yeah, that should be it, right? No. It was 4. I guess not all the bosses die in 4 hits. That's gotta be it. Do these breakdancing chimp moves. Yeah. Ooh, ooh, oh, Crazy Crimland, my favorite world in this game. Also, right before it starts getting excruciatingly difficult, as I remember. I just think this area has probably the best set of levels in the game. Doesn't hurt that it's partially theme park themed, which is big for me. I like that kind of theming quite a bit. You know, I feel like if the apes have such a problem with the Crimlings being on their property, they probably shouldn't build Crimling themed theme parks. That just seems like a, you know, no-brainer to me. Maybe Donkey Kong Country has capitalism, and they're like, oh, well, we can't shut down the Crimling park, even though it's bringing a bunch of murderous Crimlings to our town. Because it's going to interfere with the owner of Crazy Crimland's ability to profit, so that can't be done. Talking like a donkey communist. Let's see. Oh, I didn't make it. think I can do it from here, though. Yeah. Righty. Get up and around there. Something about this honey does look good. It looks like it would probably be really thick and taste really good. Don't know about after a chimp walked in it, but well, I guess bees don't care. Nah. Okay, that scared me. But we survived. And we got the O. Oh, you can't duck in the honey. No honey ducking. Ah, shoot. The bee got me. The bee bit my bottom, and now my bottom's big. As Homer Simpson once said. Gonna kill myself over this coin again. Oh, I actually made it. Now we can go up here, get this, get the O. It's all about that O. And you can't spin jump off of the honey. It's close. But hey, we made it. Porcupines, obviously native to giant beehives. That's where porcupines come from. Beehives. They're a byproduct of what the bees do to produce the honey, unfortunately. And you can't jump on them, even though their quills are going the other way, and you could pretty safely jump on them in real life. Not that you should go around jumping on porcupines. I mean, they're pretty sweet little animals, despite being covered in barbs. I'm just gonna go ahead and switch to Dixie here. I don't think Diddy's got the stuff to get through this area. Yeah. Smooth moves. There we go. Avoid this bee. I think he had an inn under him too. That's weird. Should have thought before I did that, but I didn't. Now these two chimps are dead as a result of my inability to think forward. The hornet hole is not a good anything. I don't think I would ever go to anything called the hornet hole. That just seems like a bad idea. Did I just go backwards? Crap. I went backwards and I got hurt. But hey, there's a spider. Boxed up spider that I missed. Oh, and he can walk right through that honey. That's what those are for. Okay. Wait. No. I want that spider. Give me that spider. Give me that spider. No. Having some bee trouble. Oh, now the spider's gone. Great. Well, there we go. All right. Problem that solved itself. Try this again. This time maybe go the right... Well, I was going to say I'm going to go the right way, but actually it benefited me quite a bit to go the wrong way last time. There we go. Love to do something multiplayer for this channel in some fashion. Probably be difficult to convince people to jump on Fightcade and play, you know, Captain America and the Avengers or Final Fight or something. But it'd be fun. Everybody wants to compete, though. Nobody ever wants to play, like, the co-op games. Oh yeah, this is way easier with the spider. It's the same thing they said about Charlotte's Web. It's way easier with the spider. Oh, okay. Thinking that that just led somewhere and it was gonna, you know, take me back halfway through the stage for some reason, but thankfully that was not the case. And I'm guessing there might be something up here, or it might just be a bunch of bananas. Oh, DK coin. There we go. All right. That is a coin, a golden coin that represents Donkey Kong. Obviously. Okay, this is the furthest we've been in the stage so far. Yeah. Bonus level. It says token. I don't think that's a token. I think that's a coin. I do use it as currency. So alright. Die, vile bee. Guess we're going up, so I guess there was no reason for that bee to die, but... and this may just be a me thing, I don't ever kill bugs unless it's like a life or death thing that I'm trying to... Okay, that just goes back. And of course, that jumps off a pit. Hornet Hole by Donkey Kong. Oh, it brought us all the way back here. Oh, let's go get our spider. Cannot seem to aim these webs. Let's see, I don't think we have to do the bonuses again. I think once you finish them, you finish them. No! Need that spider, son! Oh. Oh, our spider is gone. Ugh. This is a cursed playthrough of this level. Maybe I was wrong when I said that this is the last level before it gets crazy difficult. Because this is even beyond the level of difficulty. This is a really long level. Maybe it just feels that way because I feel like I've been playing this level my entire life, but... Take my bee eradicating spider. Oh, no, go back down. Oh, you fool. Oh, I hate this honey so much. So I gotta land on the spider. Without touching the honey, because I'll cling to the honey and get stuck. I did it the first time I tried this. There we go. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking spiders. No. Okay. No. Okay. All right. We caught the spider. All right. I just was gonna say, I know it's gonna hit that B. I guess that must be how you get the N if you're... Oh, we forgot to get the O. Fool. Let that B go by. Yeah. Can't tell what that is at the top. It's moving. It must be one of those background larvae. Yeah, that's what that was. Okay. Oh, all right. Well, at least we've made it farther than we would have with the spider. There we go. All right. Level 1 finished. We should actually go to Kong College here before I forget to save the game. I always forget that... well, what is her name? Granny Kong? I don't remember. Anyway, I always forget that she's in this game because I mostly associate her with the third game where I'm pretty sure she's dead. But she is still in that game. I love this background though. The color cycling effects on the Super NES, I think, are maybe the best of all time. They are just so good. Like the way that those fireworks change color in the background there. Other systems have been able to do similar things, of course. I mean, 2 generations after this game came out, you know, they stopped making games that do that with sprites, but the way that they cycle through colors is just so pleasant for some reason. Dude, like the... It's like somebody's auto-tuning a police siren. We don't want to hit the red X barrels, because those are bad. And cause... gateways to drop. I'm not gonna lie, this seems like they should have called this ride like the Class Action or the Man Killer. It seems very unsafe to force chimps especially to jump off of their cart and hit a barrel. We're still going through, although I think it would have turned out exactly the same way if I had just gone through the door. Oh well. Oh, got cursed with that button delay. Oh boy. Oh, yeah, next time. I think this is the last day for this controller, at least here at the museum. Unless, of course, we go back and play like some Saturn games or something. I mean, it's literally the Saturn controller. But fortunately, I have a multitude of controllers to choose from, and I think that the one that I'm probably going to end up choosing, it's between my 2 favorite controllers of all time, the Super NES controller and the PlayStation 1 controller before, and I'm the only one who has this opinion as far as I can tell. The PlayStation 1 controller before the DualShock, before it had control sticks, and it was just a, like, standard gamepad. Either that or the Super NES controller are the best controllers ever made by like a large margin. Everybody complained about the PS1 controller being too small, but I always felt like that was kind of a dumb argument anyway. Doesn't help that most controllers are about that size. Like, it's really not that much smaller than anybody else's controllers. That stupid B. That B is messing me up every time. You just kind of have to... This is what I was talking about last time with British developers, is that they put stuff there that you just have to know about ahead of time in order to be able to get through it. And, you know, I feel like that's what they were aiming for with stuff like Super Meat Boy or... I thought that was the jump. Thought that was it. Super Meat Boy or I Want to Be the Guy. Those kind of like... What do they call those? Kaizo platformers? The difference there... of course, is that in those games, it takes about 2 seconds to go from dead to playing the level again, as opposed to this game, which is fairly speedy about it. Or other games like some of the Mario games that just do not... they take so long for you to restart, especially because you're usually restarting from yeah, we got it that time, usually restarting from a point pretty far back, and it gets really tedious. Oh, just pressing the button again, baby. Target terror. I think it's meant to imply that this is terror related to targets, as opposed to the later arcade game Target: Terror, which is about you shooting Muslim extremists, which is not a cool topic for a video game. I think I can also drop down where that blue guy goes. I think next time if we die, we might try that. There's that bee again. All right, now this is the one. Yeah. Okay, we made it that time. See, that goes back to what I was talking about. That is outright hostile to the player. That was not a... that was like a full-on Kaizo trap. Oh, there we go. And then I think this is the B. No. Oh, we're gonna follow this guy down this time. Yeah. I don't know if people know this, but the Gin Blossom song was actually about this. Yeah. Anywhere you go, I'll follow you down. I'll follow you down to this bonus round. We gon' do it. We gon' do it. We got that coin, and we seem to have completely obviated the need to go through the... Oh, great. Terrific. All right. Really hunker down and focus on this. Are you kidding me? We were that close to the end of this level. Hostile. Hostile game design. All right, more Bramble. That's what you love to see at a theme park. Bramble. I'm kind of curious as to what was going on over here. Oh, nothing really. A K. This song and its associated music eventually became something of a meme due to what they call the internet checkpoint, which was a God. Oh, that's for when you have the invincibility barrel. All right. Yeah, what was I just saying? Oh, the internet checkpoint thing. So, people would get in their recommendations a Japanese text version of this song that was extended out to 30 minutes. And for whatever reason, people started to treat it as an opportunity to talk about where they are in their lives. And it's actually very wholesome and very fun to read, hearing about people, maybe things aren't great, but they are hoping for the future, or maybe now they're in a place where they're a lot happier than they were before. Whatever. Shoot. Oh, well. But yeah, there's just something about this music that is conducive to that type of relaxing and reflecting. Of course, like, the best example of that would be the coffee break music from Earthbound. Go away, bees. You're messing up my angles. Oh, it brought that. Yeah, now we got it. Okay, what's down here? Could not have been better than a DK barrel. Of course, I instantly waste it, but, whatever. I keep forgetting that, because touching Squawks to the bramble hurts him. Touching the apes to the bramble, they're fine. The internet checkpoint thing, also very similar to the song Plastic Love, which went on to be a shockingly big hit in the US, considering it was entirely, or well, not entirely, I guess. The chorus is not in Japanese, but largely in Japanese. But it was also, like, one of the most perfect songs ever made. So I guess it makes sense, but it actually had the same kind of history. It became a hit because it kept coming up in people's recommendations. So it would come up in, like, their autoplay in the early days of, YouTube as a music player. And nobody, I don't think, ever figured out why it was doing that, why it showed up to so many people. But there we go. Got them stars, like me. And a banana coin. I've got a brutal headache. Hopefully we're gonna make it through. Bramble Blast. Cool. When did Bing Crosby die? I'm trying to think if it would have been possible for him to have been watching, like, his great-grandkids play this game and, oh, Bramble Blast. Well, how about that? Get my Bramble Blast. Bramble Scramble. Oh. Just about effed up there. Hey, go away. Hate that guy. Alright. Maybe about playing Doom 64 on here at some point. Kind of the forgotten Doom game, because I think people expected it to be... I think people were expecting it to be just like a port of Doom for the N64, and it was not. It was actually a fully original game. And I honestly think it may be my favorite game in the Doom series, if I'm being perfectly honest. Love Doom 2, but... oh, come on, there we go. Love Doom and Doom 2. The expansions for those, not so much. They were fine, but the level design was not great. The level design in Doom 64 is immaculate, which is surprising considering that it was all the levels I believe in it were designed by Midway employees as opposed to id employees, but it works really, really well. So I think it'd be fun to go through that. I played it on a Doom source port, where somebody had redesigned all the levels and the weapons and stuff to make it play similarly, but with some enhancements. I kind of wonder what it's like to go back to the actual N64 version. So maybe we'll play a little bit of that at some point. Why do I keep doing this? I don't need to go over here. So I have to say, I guess it doesn't hurt anything, and then before I could even form the words in my mouth, this happens. There we go. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Well, the only way I'm going to get through this is by hurling a hell of a lot of eggs here. God. I also hate that the parrot seems to laugh at you when he accidentally drags you into a pile of bramble and kills you. Oh, just praying for a checkpoint. Like, I'll even just take a checkpoint. I'll play through it a couple more times. I just don't want to play this opening section again and again. Hate them bees! I've got 2 apes, so I don't even need that barrel, but it's good to know that it's there, because I did not notice it. That's because we haven't been past here. This is the first time this is 30 seconds into the level, and this is the first time we've been here. This is rough. Rough. As my dog says. I knew that was coming. Okay. Let's be super careful with this chimp. Get that O, I might as well. I've gotten the K so many times. Oh! Got so lucky there. Almost flew into that wall, trying to get these dumb banana coins that I don't even need. Melt our parrot into some bananas. There it is. We hit the centerpiece of the level. The checkpoint of the level. So now we can finally move on and not have to play that beginning again. Arg! That's okay, because I hit a checkpoint right before that. Yeah. Man, Cannon's mad up there. Ugh, did the exact same thing again. Scramble, scramble! Okay, made it through there without losing an ape. Which means my chances are better here. Not much better, apparently. How did I jump off of that vine? Maddening. Okay. Ah! Did not mean to go that fast. Ugh. This guy and his cannon. It's the reason I stopped going to theme parks. Just fat dudes firing cannons at you all the time. Why did I do the exact same thing again? Now, some people have said that being patient is what, you know, can get you through a lot of video games. I don't know where people are getting that. It's just as efficient to keep throwing yourself headfirst into situations in the hope that you get through them faster. Clearly, that's my philosophy anyway. Already getting tired of starting back here. I was so excited about that checkpoint. It took me 3 lives to be tired of starting back here. Okay. Kill them beetles. Jump over here. I was so afraid that was going to lose me an ape. Okay. DK barrel to rectify that mistake. Kill the yellow bee. You don't see a lot of crossover between the Donkey Kong Country games and the Mario games. They're generally pretty segregated. But I will say these exact bees make an appearance in Super Mario RPG as a regular enemy. As does Donkey Kong himself, and it is this Donkey Kong, not the original Donkey Kong. Oh, we've got to be so close. Please don't kill me. Back to here again. We had to have been so close. So close. Shoot your damn cannonballs. Come on. Okay. Gotta say, this is definitely better. Like, I always worry that this kind of stuff is, like, me failing repeatedly at levels is boring to watch. But I will say it is better than watching somebody train for speedruns, which seems to be the only way that you can build an audience in the retro section of Twitch. But you'll see, you know, some guy in like who the most of his personality is that he has a crazy hat that he wears while he plays tries to speedrun games, and it'll be like, you know, you get 30 seconds into the game, and then they mess something up that's going to cost them 1 second, and then they reset. And then you continue watching them make imperceptible mistakes and reset the game over and over again. And I do not understand at all why people watch that. Like, I get why the people do it. Oh, come on. That was a dick move. Oh, well. Get them nanners. And bust a rhyme. I also love how the sunglasses and jukebox or boombox disappear, and he's just like, anyway, moving on. Yeah, I understand why the speedrunners do it, right? Like, because they are actively training to teach themselves how to do. Come on. Whatever. We're just gonna die here anyway. Well, at least it brought her back in a weird way. I think this is a race. Erase that, son. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's how they do this race, is that you're supposed to just kill all these guys. Jumped way over that one. Ah, yeah. Probably not going to say a lot in this section. There we go. All right. This is something that takes like a lot of concentration to see what you're doing. It's almost as though they did not develop this game to be played on the internet back in 1995. Which is, you know, crazy to me, but whatever. Okay, whatever. You don't belong in this world. Oh, we missed the K. I gotta say, it seems weird to race roller coasters, because like kind of the thing about roller coasters is that they're on a track. Like, I mean, except in this case where it seems to take place in Action Park in New Jersey, and you can just leap off of the rails and kill people. Hope a future level has a water slide with a loop in it. See, that's an example of what I was talking about. I was trying to switch apes, and it did not work. It just would not let me do it, because the platform was not big enough for them to show the animation, I think. Ooh, we made it. Hey, all right. Was that a kill all the monsters level? What happened there? I'll pay more attention to the opening this time. I thought it was one where you're just racing to the end. Destroy them all. I don't know how you're supposed to do that. I can't turn around. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, now we don't have to worry about that anymore. Just get on with the race. Okay. Really gotta pay more attention to those signs. My problem with the sign, and this has always been the thing for me, is that just because I can see the signs doesn't mean I know exactly when, you know, you're expecting me to react to them. Got that special K. By which I mean ape ketamine. See, like, that's an example. I saw that exclamation point sign, and I jumped when I saw it and reacted to it, and it was too early. Maybe I have some kind of superhuman reaction speed. That's definitely not true. I definitely do not have any kind of positive abilities when it comes to reaction times. Ah! This controller. Trying not to change controllers while I'm on stream. I do have one of those USB PlayStation 1 controllers that came with the PlayStation Classic. The PlayStation Classic, of course, a big hunk of garbage and one of the worst products Sony's ever made. Without modifications, anyway. But I picked it up for $15, and that included 2 of those USB controllers. And that alone was worth it. Although the USB ones don't feel as good as the original ones did. The originals have one of those like nice heavy cables and stuff like that. I don't know, they just feel different. Buttons don't click as much. But I do have USB adapters for basically most 90s systems. I have one for the NES, I have one for the Super NES, Genesis, which is also a 9-pin connector, so I can also connect like Atari controllers and that kind of stuff. An N64 one, a PlayStation 1. Oh, we're doing a little... See, yeah. They're placing those exclamation point signs too early. Yeah, I must have been remembering wrong, because we've had trouble with every single level that we've played so far. Maybe I am just a dunce and do not remember anything about this. Probably hurt a lot to have somebody jump on you with a roller coaster car, right? Like or maybe even especially if you were in a roller coaster cart of your own. Oh boy. Let's see. Bonk. It doesn't help that my microphone is placed in such a way that it's like blocking my peripheral vision of the gaps that I'm trying to pass. In any case, I am trying not to switch to that PS1 controller on stream because it takes some tedious reconfiguring to get it to work right. For some reason, the axes are reversed on it, so if I try to use it with RetroArch, it thinks up is down and down is up. Oh, just barely made that one. Okay, doing a little bit better now that I can see. I moved my mic. Did not realize how much of a difference that was making. See, you don't place the warning at the top of the hill when you need to jump at the bottom of it. It's just mean. I wish that I had a Twitch stream that allowed people to bet, so that people could bet on my how likely it is that I get to the end of the level and somehow accidentally miss killing one of the things and I lose and I have to go all the way back to the beginning. Wow, that was lucky. It's also weird that I'm just picking up the O now. And I guess there's the N. Usually the O isn't about the halfway point. Ah! Okay. We're gonna have to switch. Do a better controller. That's not gonna work. What you got? It's your PlayStation 1 controller. Go into settings here. Oh, all the buttons are messed up. Super. This used to be, this menu used to be such a nightmare to go through. Okay. What have I done here? I think I just switched off our B button. Okay, start, R, R2, L2. Okay, now we should be able to do a little bit better here. The chimps look so excited to be on this roller coaster. Even though experience should tell them the roller coasters in this park are extremely dangerous. I guess that didn't take too long. I spent more time complaining about my inability to hit those buttons at the right time, and than I did actually fixing the problem. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, see, this is going way better already. Yeah, not having a delay makes this so much easier. My God. I'm in first place, and we finished. Yeah, I should have been using this controller the whole time, I think. Ugh. Oh, that's what's happening. Okay. Yeah, I got that banana. I missed that other one, though, so I guess it just kind of evens out. Ugh. Cranky Kong hanging out there at the Killer Instinct booth. Wrinkly Kong, that's her name. This is Crazy Crimland. What color is your parrot buddy? He is red, green, and yellow. What is the name of the two companies that produced this game and Donkey Kong Country? Didn't know the makers of this game also made Donkey Kong Country. What is the name of this first, what is the name of the first Wasp High level on this area of the island? It is Hornet Hole, because I remember saying it a bunch of times. What is the name of the old lady Kong who runs Kong College that I just name-checked a second ago? Brinkley. Which of these items cannot be found at Club's? Probably a picture of K-Rool. Doesn't he hate K-Rool in his thing? Get that baboon booty. What is your snake buddy's name? It is Ratley. What color waistcoat does old man Cranky Kong wear? And I think it's green. Yeah. Which of these enemies have you not seen yet during this area of the island? Cat of Nine Tails. Yep. Yeah, baby. Like I said earlier, hovering right around 50 lives. For whatever reason. All right. Let's leave this amusement park and go visit a mud hole. You know I'm crazy about mud holes. I'm just gonna move on from that banana coin. Suck it, buzzards. Hey, bud. It is kind of funny because he's a dangerous enemy, but sometimes he messes up. Oh. I'm sure there's something up here. Yep. It's right in the swamp. Where it belongs. Whoops. I guess we're not going to that bonus level. Oh, that was a DK barrel. Okay. Not worth it to get those coins. Got the inn. Plenty of things you can do with an inn. Yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to think that the reason I was bad at this game before is just because my controller was not working the way that it was supposed to. This is much easier. F them cannonballs. There we go. 29. I feel like you need like 40 total. Something like that to unlock all the bonus levels. And of course, I think you have to beat the game. I should have known that that was not going to work. Ugh. Make some terrible noises when I'm frustrated. I beat it last time, made it right through there. So okay. Jumping on them puts you into their spin move thing. We need to put Dixie back in charge. That's why we had that problem last time to begin with, is because I was not playing as Dixie. Whoops. Uh-oh. For a minute there, I didn't think we were going to get out of that. I thought that was going to be the end of the game. Because we have not saved recently enough. I should really rectify that. some weird, perverse part of me wants to go home after I finish this and try to figure out Donkey Kong 64 again. Ugh. Did it again. We don't actually need this cannonball, but it's helpful to kill him. I guess we're going up there. I also love the, oh man, forget it. Diddy just casts himself into the bog. Get out of here, Diddy. No! That's twice now that I've done that exact thing. Nah. It is really funny when an enemy that is like, yeah, that's what I was trying to do all those other times. I'm just gonna get away from those. I don't need that banana coin. Throw that out of here. I don't want to go back through that. Yeah. Had a whole banana in it. What, are you too good to eat a single banana you found in a treasure chest in the swamp? You're a chimp. Pretty sure we were really close to the end of the level that last time. Ah, I did that too fast. I got greedy. Well, at least this time I have Dixie rather than Diddy as my final person here. Nope. But I also can just run off a little leaf and drown in a swamp. I'm just gonna jump it. Kill that bee. And move right along. I thought I was on the ground and I would be able to turn around and jump, but I couldn't because I was still spinning. That could have went way worse than it did. I have no complaints there. There. Okay. Now I can time my jumps, which I can't do if I'm floating. Oh, I hate those beetles, because you don't get a full jump off of them. But there's not no jump. So... What was this? This was that single banana, wasn't it? Yeah. Run away from those dudes. Not try to jump off of that guy. Yeah. think you have to use that to get the DK coin, which is irritating. But we're not shooting for 100% here, so that's okay. Gotta say, the levels have been getting easier since we left the theme park. Wow, alright. Up, 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 up. Oh. Okay, yeah. Yeah, get up here. Oh. What are those guys called? Clap traps? Pretty sure they're they're enemies from Donkey Kong Jr. Ugh. Out of all the things that could have hurt me there, I can't believe that the one that got me was coming too close to the edge. Ah! Diddy falls shocked to his death in a beehive. Landing on the ground and being chopped up by a little alligator carrying swords that are too big for him. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, get that clap trap. Gotta remember, I cannot spin off of this honey. Okay. Back here again. There we go. Okay. Making progress. Getting up and... Okay, well, at least we made it to the save point. Let this spit out a rhinoceros. I love that they freeze mid-animation as they're going through those. The rhinoceros just slides out the door. It's very funny to me. Well, that was dumb. Got another inn to add to the collection. What? Do not remember that being even remotely a component of this level. That's what I'm saying. British developers are just hostile. They really are. Hostile to the players. I think there's some way, I think maybe you can jump over that cave and get the DK coin. Need to try that next time I die. Okay, and this is where we need to go forward. Use my rhinoceros of power to escape this bee. Oh, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. I got that one banana. Pretty sure we're rounding the corner on this world here. Yeah, King Zing Sting. This is one of the more fun levels because you get to do it as Squawks. Oh, did not start rising fast enough. I wish more enemies in games nowadays had glowing weak spots. Just every character in Call of Duty with a big glowing head. I was gonna say, if we can avoid being hit one more time, I think we may have got him, but alas, was not to be. He seems so shocked when you shoot his glowing point. Like he just cannot believe that you attacked the part of him that was glowing, which also happens to be his weak spot. There we go. That's 3. We've still got our extra hit. That's 4. He is still alive, so... No! Did not want that to happen. Dang. Oh. So close to the end of this level. We've been doing this for 2 hours now. Just about 2 hours. That's okay. Not a bad way to spend an afternoon. Got a lot of riding done. Riding a lot of the second tier of the retro computing iceberg. Finished an entry in that. Gonna be our entry on 3D pinball, Space Cadet pinball. So that should be a fun one. A lot of people remember that game. Space Cadet pinball, the one that came with Windows, certain versions of Windows. That's the other thing about this game, I think, is that the fact that they are not building the enemies out of pixels makes it really hard to tell where the hitboxes are. So you end up getting hit by parts that, like, theoretically shouldn't even exist. And then you'll hit somebody, and then what looks like the right spot, and it just goes right through them. Big problem with platforms in this game. Gonna attack this bee's butt for extra damage. Okay, well that's 3. Ugh. That's 4. It's 5. That's 6. Oh yeah, baby. Now he's a bee that produces other bees. He's a multi-bee, a nebulous bee, if you will. That's a reference I don't think most people are going to get. There was a clone of, like an unlicensed clone of Galaga that was called Nebulous Bee. Alrighty, well, we have beaten Crazy Crimland. We have beaten Crim Quay, the Lin Kuei, the Quan Chi. And we're going to save our game. So this time I actually do it. Yeah. And with that, I think that we are done for the day with Donkey Kong Country 2 here. Have a few more worlds that are left for us to go and finish, but I think we're going to see the end of this game eventually. If we ever get there, we're eventually going to see the end of this game. Yeah, keep a lookout for, we're going to do part 2 of Donkey Kong 94, as it's known. That's going to be coming Thursday, and we may do a little test stream tomorrow, see how that goes, and maybe just play some random stuff. I don't think I really have anything in mind, but we'll find something. So keep a lookout for that. If you guys have any ideas of kind of content that you would like to see, or if you just had some comments, if you wanted to make fun of how bad I am at Donkey Kong Country Jr., you're well within your rights to do so. But yeah, I think that's going to be about it. We will be back Thursday, possibly tomorrow. And I will see you then. Bye.